Many people have felt isolated at some point during the coronavirus pandemic that has caused a ripple effect of loneliness for millions of people in every sector of the workforce. The effects of isolation can negatively impact our mental health and worsen feelings of loneliness or abandonment. For migrant workers, there are unique sources of stress, which can include being in a foreign country far away from home, family, and friends, experiencing language and cultural barriers, traveling during a pandemic and only having access to the limited belongings they were able to bring with them, uncertainty of safety and access to COVID-19 support for family back home. Migrant workers, just like Canadians, are instructed to maintain social distancing protocols, which can decrease a sense of connection and belonging. Working long hours with little time to socialize, the feelings of loneliness and isolation are exacerbated. This disconnection from the community can leave migrant workers feeling invisible and that they don't belong. This may have a greater negative impact on their overall mental health and well-being, including increased feelings of anxiety, depression, displacement, and stress, which can present as anger, irritability, and lead to more seclusion. Loneliness and isolation can impact migrant workers in other ways as well. Feelings of self-doubt, hopelessness or worthlessness, loss of a sense of self and identity in Canada, decreased energy and motivation, inability to focus or feeling foggy, sleep issues such as insomnia or interrupted sleep, changes in appetite, more prone to illness, a decrease in healthy coping skills, potential vulnerability to substance use, risk of developing work addiction to distract from isolation. There are several options to invite migrant workers experiencing isolation and loneliness to explore, including share social connections such as involvement in clubs, hobby-based activities, community groups, volunteering in faith-based groups. Encourage building on existing supports they have and establishing new connections by reaching out to friends, acquaintances, and co-workers. Facilitate access to and using of technology to connect with social supports here and back home, and join online hobby groups. Highlight practices that build mindful aloneness to counter loneliness, such as journaling, meditation, reading, and spending time outdoors. Discuss building an overall healthy lifestyle, including taking breaks from work, physical activity, good sleep, and nutritious foods. Provide accessible resources and referrals for mental health supports. Refer to free English conversation circles, offering in person, online, and varying times. Provide a space to make peer connections, practice English, and learn about Canadian culture. Service providers can refer migrant workers to programs and services to assist those struggling with isolation and loneliness. Visit the Migrant Worker Hub for a list of resources. Migrant workers are at great risk of being isolated and experiencing negative outcomes. Through strengthening social connections, building mindful practices of aloneness, having spaces to share their feelings, and establishing support networks, they will be better equipped to tackle such challenges.